Hello everyone, we're going to realize the assembly of the workbench tool. We can say assembly equal like a big parts of the workbench tool. For example, we are going to talk about the wafer counter. There are a lot of wafer into the workbench, and the full lot, the maximum value is 25 pieces of wafer. But there's maybe probably only the 10 pieces of wafer. So we have to count the wafer count to know the number of the wafer. Then we can understand how many in the tool and how many out the tool. Then we can check the number. Possibly there was a wafer broken in the tank. So in out, we have the wafer counter to count the wafer number to verify if any wafer crash, broken in a bench tool. The wafer counter is just like this. There are many wafers here, and we use the wafer counter. We use the optical sensor to sensor the wafer number, just like this. So we got before into the bench, we got the number, and out of the range, out from the bench, we got a number, and check it if any wafer broken in the tool. Next, we'll talk about jump slot trick. Jump slot, easy. You can see this picture. Here's a jump slot. It's a little bit high. This is very dangerous for robot to carry. The robot to carry with the jump slot wafer. There is a broken edge, possibly. So we have a jump slot sensor. This and I use the optical to detect the jump slot touched by the optical laser. It will let the sensor know there is a jump slot. This machine will warning and stop to let this slot run, to let equipment engineer to check. This is a jump slot sensor. Now I'll talk about the with carrier process. This is the wafer. 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 This is the wafer or you always call substrate. In the carrier, this carrier is made by anti-chemical, so it's anti-chemical material made. The wafer at the carrier in the base, this is the chemical base, and the blue is the chemical liquid. Some low level or cheap tool use this because it's easy to carry the wafer into and out the base. But there's a process problem. The wafer at the carrier, they produce unstable vibration, and the wafer near the carrier wall sometimes not processed completely because the wafer is too near the carrier wall to let the process not be completely so. The enhanced way, just like this, without carrier, only the wafer sinking at chemical liquid. It processes completely without carrier wall, and some expensive high level workbench to separate, it separates wafer wider between wafer and wafer, just like it, the wafer and the wafer suppose arrange this distance. The high level tool can separate wafer to let wafer and wafer, the distance between wafer wider. The purpose is to let the wafer, every single wafer, sinking and processing at the chemical liquid more acting completely, to let the process more perfect. So the high-end machine without carrier and made the distance between the wafers wider. Here finally talking about the loader. Always say the low pole, always said Smith. It's for 12 inch, it's for 8 inch. It's talked about before. We say it again. We we put the part, or we say the FOOP, the part 8 inch, FOOP 12 inch, just as we talked about before. We put the FOOP or the part here. Then the loader will use its robot hand to catch the wafer into the tool. This machine very important because sometimes many wafer, many lot into the machine at the same time. And the wafer in loader, while it's out of order, is fine. It just can let the wafer in to the tool. We got time to fix it. But if it is outside loader, it is responsible for receiving the processed completely wafer out to the FOOP or out to the part. If the outside loader out of order, the wafers inside the bench tool cannot be removed. They are sinking at DI water tank, even the chemical tank. Then, if we can fix it in a short time, the wafer sinking at chemical tank or DI water tanks properly has the possibility to be damaged, even to broken. So the outside loader is the receiving the processed the complete wafer into the FOOP to out from the tool. If this side out of order, we have the serious condition to take care of it in a short time to avoid wafer sinking at chemical or DI water tank too long time, over time. Okay, that's all. See you next time.